Buenos días y bienvenidos a todos. Good morning and welcome, everyone. Welcome to a community dedicated to providing spiritual tools for living a happy and full life. My name is Karina Shear, and I am the spiritual director and founding minister here at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta. If you would like to join us for the live Zoom meeting, please contact me for the link and the password, or check our website, www.cslpv.org, and you'll find the link on both the landing page as well as the page where you find our recordings from previous messages. Today is Sunday, September 8th, 2024, and we are continuing our monthly theme, Pieces into Pieces. The topic for today is waking up to oneness. So at this time, I'd like to once again welcome everyone, including those that are new to our teaching and to our center here in Puerto Vallarta, whether you are here on the live Zoom call or watching the replay at a later time. Here, we teach a philosophy that honors all faith traditions. So whatever path you are on, know that it is the right one for you. And please know that everyone is welcome here. We value each and every one of you. As I mentioned, we teach a philosophy called the Science of Mind, and it's a teaching based on new thought and ancient wisdom. We offer spiritual tools and principles to promote personal growth. And we honor diversity in all aspects so that we can see and appreciate the oneness within each and every one of us. When Dr. Ernest Holmes was asked to provide a concise definition of this teaching, he had replied that it is a correlation of laws of science, opinions of philosophy, and revelations of religion applied to human needs and aspirations. So each week, we offer an inspirational message, and we meet online on Zoom at 10 a.m. on Sundays, as well as 12 o'clock. So we meet at 10 a.m. on Zoom and 12 noon in person, weather permitting. So if you are interested in attending in person, please let me know during the summer months so that we can confirm our location, depending again on the weather. If it's too hot, too rainy, or a storm, we will be postponing or considering an alternate location. So if you are interested in joining in person, please let me know in advance. And now, as we do each week, let's review together our purpose, vision, and mission statements. We have a grand purpose here each week, and that is to awaken and celebrate diversity and to love and serve our community. We do this by means of our vision, creating the life you desire. And this is supported by our mission to provide spiritual tools for personal growth and transformation. And more on all of these can be found on our website under their own page. So, peace. Are you at peace with everyone you meet? Not too many people are these days. When we have a grand rising and see the oneness and God in everyone with compassion, we can transform how we see and experience the world into one of peace and love. When we view the word or the world through the lens of oneness or otherness, rather, or as separation, as in pieces, it can be a scary place. And we may not feel as safe or feel like we need to protect ourselves, thus reacting with a defensiveness and fear. But when we have a grand rising, intentionally waking up to the world of oneness and peace and namaste, which is the divine in me recognizes and honors the divine in you, then we move to a place of love, curiosity, cooperation, and compassion. Our lives change for the better, experiencing a world of peace, love, and harmony now. This is what Ernest Holmes wrote. You and I know that no matter how confused we are, if we will get by ourselves long enough and think peace, we will become peaceful. Peace is the divine reality at the heart of God. So in the Declarations of Principles, Ernest Holmes wrote, "We believe in the individualization of the spirit in us and that all people are individualizations of the one spirit." When we tune into this spiritual truth that we are each spirit made manifest, then we realize that deeply we are one. And now we can move beyond the sense of otherness and rise up to a sense of oneness. This is the place of peace, the peace that passes all understanding. We can look into the eyes of each other and see the God in everyone. Namaste. Ernest Holmes wrote this: when we know our oneness with God and law, what a great burden is removed. Any sense of opposition is removed from the consciousness which perceives unity. So let's go back to Namaste. In the unconscious dream of the world, there can be a sense of otherness, a sense of separation from each other, and it can feel scary. When there's a sense of fear, our natural reaction can be to go into a protective mode and feel angry, scared, hurt, or uncertain about the other person or situation. I actually experienced this yesterday on an online chat group. And it was very interesting to look at it from a different perspective. When we wake up from the unconscious sleep of separation and have a grand rising, we consciously move into a place of oneness, compassion, and peace. Ernest Holmes wrote this: peace comes from a sense of union with the whole. Confusion comes from a sense of separation. So let's pause for peace. Between the stimulus and the response, there is a space. And in that space lies our freedom and our power to choose our responses. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. This is a quote from Viktor Frankl. The fascinating thing is that within that space, that pause, that nanosecond, we tell ourselves an entire story about what is happening. I remember when I first became a minister, we had a graduation party and rented a houseboat on Okanagan Lake, home of the famous lake monster, Ogopogo. There was a huge water slide, and we took turns sliding into the water. As I went down, I was both excited and scared. It was a long slide, and it was a very deep lake. As I continued my descent into the murky waters, my fears grew. What if I ran out of air before I could resurface? What if Ogopogo got me? I started to panic and then relaxed, knowing that I would rise to the surface. And once I was safely back on the boat, I decided I wasn't in any rush to do that anytime again soon. But I would enjoy the peace of relaxing, knowing that I won my battle with fear. So objectively, whatever happened, so the story I just told, or any other story that has been going on from your family or on the news, it has no meaning. It's just an event, the stimulus, until we give it meaning to us. And then we respond based on the meaning that we made up. We are meaning-making machines. Honestly, think about it. But when we practice the pause and slow down and breathe, we can then explore the story that we are telling ourselves, as I did while I was still in the lake. Sometimes they are old tapes or old patterns of thinking that may not support the peace and love that we want to be in the world. The next question to ask ourselves is it true? Is it really true? And this is based on Byron Katie's Loving What Is. I know there isn't a lake monster, and he certainly wasn't going to search the entire lake for me and capture me. But yet that fear, that story was going on in my head while I was under the water. So is it really true? When we think of it this way, it helps us gain perspective and brings us into the present moment, asking, what is real? So I'd like to tell you this little story. Today was a difficult day, said Pooh. There was a pause. Do you want to talk about it? Asked Piglet. No, said Pooh after a bit. No, I don't think I do. That's okay, said Piglet, and he came and sat beside his friend. What are you doing? Asked Pooh. Nothing, really, said Piglet. Only I know what difficult days are like. I quite often don't feel like talking about it on my difficult days either. But goodness, continued Piglet, difficult days are so much easier when you know you've got someone there for you. And I'll always be here for you, Pooh. And as Pooh sat there, working through his head, his difficult day, while the solid, reliable Piglet sat next to him quietly, swinging his little legs, he thought that his best friend had never been more right. And of course, this is from A.A. Milne. This is another quote by Viktor Frankl. He said, "Man does not simply exist, but always decides what his existence will be, what he will become in the next moment." So we need to choose our peace. In a world where people choose their battles, today, let's consciously choose our peace. You may have heard that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting different results. Well, the opportunity is to notice those old habit patterns that we have been repeating many times, and then make a new choice to change what we are doing and to choose peace. So let's ask ourselves, what is the outcome that we want? Is it an argument and being right? And being right can be very seductive and tempting. There is something about our egos that really enjoy being right. So beware. Or do you want to become, or do you want to come together in peace, love, and harmony? The choice, of course, is ours. Brene Brown, in her book Rising Strong, wrote or invites us to use the phrase, the story I am telling myself is, and you fill in the blank, when we are triggered. And this way we are owning what is going on in our heads. And it gives the person to an opportunity to validate their story or to share their perspective. Deepak Chopra wrote this: at the deepest level, there is infinite peace, undisturbed by the play of opposites and the clash of darkness versus light. From the soul's perspective, there's only pure being. So as Dr. Holmes said, peace comes from a sense of union with the whole. Confusion comes from a sense of separation. When we are intentionally waking up from the illusion of separation, we are having a grand rising into oneness. So now let us all pull all the pieces of peace together. Let's learn to live from a place of namaste, seeing the God in everyone we meet. Let us also learn to practice the pause for peace. Compassionately ask ourselves, what is the story we are telling ourselves? And ask ourselves, is it real? Then consciously choose what we want to do. Take back our power and choose our peace. When we do the things or these things consciously, we choose our peace. We are making the world as a whole more peaceful. And I'll leave you with this quote from Nelson Mandela. If you want to make peace with your enemy, you have to work with your enemy. Then they become your partner. And that leads us to our affirmation for the week. The divine in me recognizes and honors the divine in you. And now it's time for our news and updates at our center. If you are interested in learning more about the Science of Mind teaching, we are offering foundations course via Zoom starting, actually it started yesterday. So connect with me or check our website for details, as it's still not too late to join. And we've also just started the in-person Spanish class of practitioner studies first year. But if you are looking for the English class, one that meets your schedule, let me know and we can start one online as well. Let me know if there's any other specific course or workshop or a book study that you would be interested in taking so that we can plan dates for those as well. And if you would like to have a one-on-one spiritual mind treatment to assist you with whatever is going on in your life or would like to have more of, then please connect with me so that we can make arrangements. And if you would like to become a member of the Center for the Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta for this current year, as membership is renewed annually, or if you would like to be on our be a member on our board of trustees, then please contact me so that you can be sent the updated form. I'd also like to remind you to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and our Facebook page. And now it's our time for mindfully giving and financial support for our spiritual home. We rely on your support to continue our center here in Puerto Vallarta so that we can continue offering this powerful teaching of the science of mind. We bless the financial gifts that you give every day. Every donation is greatly appreciated, no matter the amount. Your contributions are circulated with our tithing to our greater organization, which reaches out globally as well as locally. And we also tithe to a local women's shelter here in Puerto Vallarta. Donations can be made using PayPal or Tithely through our website, www.cslpv.org. You'll find the donate buttons on both the landing page as well as on the page where you find the replay of the weekly talks. Alternatively, you can still mail in a paper check by addressing them to CSLPV number 403 2125 Birch Road, Kelowna, BC, B1Y8N1. And now please join me in our offertory affirmation. I know that my giving blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give and receive. I do give eternal thanks for the abundance that is mine to share. So thank you for coming and sharing this time together. And let's continue practicing peace. We can each be a force for peace and nonviolence. Our words and our actions create ripples of peace all around us and beyond. Peaceful living includes acting with compassion, kindness, and consideration. And it includes standing up against injustice. May peace and love be with you. Namaste.